now you get somebody throwing some water on the fire here. That's Jason Whitlock, and the nationally known reporter, and he says the Browns do have a first-time head coach, an undersized quarterback with a boulder on his shoulder, 2 number 1 receivers who want the ball all the time. Things could get ugly quickly in Cleveland. Well, I don't know about that, although we don't know who they're playing or what the schedule looks like, and you say it could get ugly. There may be some fairly winnable games. You know, I keep hearing about Cleveland going to New England for the first game. I don't want to see that happen. I want the Browns to have some wins under their belt before they take on New England in New England.
Yeah, the other thing about that is, do you really want Bill Belichick to have the whole entire offseason from April, when the schedule is announced, until the opener, to try to pick apart Baker Mayfield and really try to tear him down and find the holes in his game, which right now it doesn't seem like there are many. But do you really want that for Baker Mayfield?
No.
Of course, he would be up for the challenge. Baker would. But I think Bill Belichick would be burning the midnight oil,
right,
trying to shut these guys down or slow them down. And, you know, he has done a nice job against Patrick Mahomes and other high-flying offenses, Jared Goff and things like that. So, you know, I'm not entirely certain that the Browns would want that either. I would rather see them play either the Steelers or the Ravens in the opening game.
Give me Cincinnati.
I actually think I would like to see the Ravens sort of pick up where they left off in that final game last year. And it almost seemed like a changing of the guard in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield going head-to-head, and the way that game ended, and, you know, it was so up and down and back and forth. I would like to see those two guys.
All right, so what Harbaugh said the other day about the Browns having the best talent, at least on paper, is that coach talk, or is that, I think it's dangerous from his point of view, because if he's saying the Browns have it, that means that Pittsburgh doesn't, and Pittsburgh may not like hearing that. So was it coach speak, or do you think he was sincere?
No, I think he was sincere about it. I think, you know, when you look at it on paper and you're looking at Kareem Hunt and Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, Nick Chubb, Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, I think when you're just looking at it player for player, you can make that statement. And actually, you know, I asked John Harbaugh about that, and I got that quote out of him. And, you know, I was a little bit surprised. But let me tell you, the tone of it was, but let's wait and see. They have the best talent on paper, but it's all about who is the best team, not who has the most talent. It's about who's going to be the best team when all is said and done, and who's going to win the division. He was basically trying to say, we intend to do that.
All right, so let's go back to Jason Whitlock. He thinks the Browns are going to be dysfunctional. He's predicting that Odell Beckham will be a problem child because he may not get enough touches, may not get enough targets. So what is your response to what Whitlock did say?
Well, first of all, I actually think it's good that there are some people out there that are tempering the enthusiasm for the Browns just a little bit. They don't need to spend the whole entire offseason with everyone praising them, patting them on the back. I mean, in actuality, Baker Mayfield does way better when he's got someone like Jason Whitlock saying what he just said. I mean, you can believe that Baker Mayfield will probably, you know, screenshot that or somehow keep that on his phone or put that up in his locker. He needs that. He loves that kind of thing. And when he doesn't have his game face on, with someone opposing him like that, he finds a way to get his game face on, the way that he did last year, getting all fired up against Hugh Jackson and things like that. He'll manufacture it if nobody makes it easy and does it for him. Yeah. So in terms of Jason Whitlock, Colin Cowherd, keep bringing it on if you're Baker Mayfield, because that's exactly what he needs. He thrives off of it. But I also think it's good for someone to throw a little bit of water on this, because, you know, the truth of the matter is they really haven't done anything yet, and they'll be the first to admit that. They went 7-8-1 last year. They did not beat a winning team down the stretch. Those last 8 games that Greg Williams and Freddie coached in, they didn't beat a winning team. They only beat one winning team all of last season. And they beat one winning team. The teams that were superior to them, or at least the defenses that were superior to others that they had played, Baker Mayfield threw 3 interceptions in each of those games against the Texans and the Ravens. Of course, he threw 3 touchdown passes also against the Ravens in that season finale. But, you know, he can't do those kinds of things if he wants to beat the good teams. So I think it's good for them to kind of, have people saying something other than, oh, they're so great, they're the team to beat, they're going to win the AFC North, they're going to challenge for the Super Bowl. I have no problem with it.